Holy Scooby snacks!
Look, it's Batman and Robin.
Even the world's greatest detectives sometimes need a little help.
To the Mystery Machine.
The Cape Crusaders join forces with Scooby-Doo in Scooby-Doo Meets Batman. Look for it soon on video and DVD.
Hey cartoon fans, Batman is no stranger to Scooby and the gang. Over the years, the two have made many crossovers from guest appearances and a whole movie to real-life comics, like a lot of comics, to even having the gang crossover into the Batman Brave and the Bold show, which they pay homage to their original crossover, which I talked about in this great video, which you should check out after this one. So with that, we know the Cape Crusader has had his many adventures with Scooby-Doo. But what about the beginning? Before the whole DC universe and Scooby-Doo were a thing, before all the crossovers and comics. What started it? Well, in today's video, we'll be looking back at the origins of Scooby-Doo Meets Batman. Yes, the VHS and DVD, and of course the 2 episodes featuring Batman and Robin from the new Scooby-Doo movies. Because man, this DVD and these episodes are incredibly nostalgic for me, and many of you guys as well. So I was thinking, why not talk about the impact these episodes had for the new Scooby-Doo movies, and talk about the cool stuff with the DVD and VHS, and of course find out why Batman of all, because the new Scooby-Doo movies mostly had old TV celebrities and comedians, and some cartoon characters as well. Anyways, let's get into this as we start this little Batman themed series on the channel, as after my next regular Scooby-Doo upload, I'll be getting into Batman the Animated Series for a really special video on the channel. Anyways, let's shoot back to the early 2000s to see why this VHS and DVD stuck with so many of us Scooby-Doo and Batman fans. Here we go.
Scooby-Doo Meets Batman. You can bring it home to your Batcave soon on video and DVD from Warner Brothers Family Entertainment.
There's not a lot of info about the physical media for Scooby-Doo Meets Batman. What I found out is that the VHS and DVD came out somewhere between 2002, like many Scooby-Doo DVDs, and 2004, which makes sense, with a re-release in 2009 and many compilations with the DVD mixed in with other related things, which I have 2 copies of. And the description for the VHS and DVD are basically the same as, quote, "They move like shadows in the night, protecting the innocent, fighting injustice, and stuffing themselves with Scooby snacks." That's right, the most legendary names in crime-fighting history joined forces as Scooby-Doo and the Mystery Inc. gang team up with Batman and Robin. The action begins as the Joker and the Penguin try to cash in on a crooked counterfeiting scheme, only to be foiled by the crime-fighting trio of Batman, Robin, and Scooby-Doo. But the Joker and Penguin return to try to steal a flying suit until Scooby-Doo and the gang prove that with a little help, they have what it takes to bring the sky-high scoundrels back to Earth. And besides that very fun description, we have a bunch of bonus features on the DVD that many other Scooby-Doo DVDs had at the time. But this one has a Joker game where you answer questions about the episodes, and I personally think these backgrounds that they use are pretty cool, along with all the other different things with the DVD menu. It's great, and yeah, it really sets the whole vibe of these episodes with the bonus features and DVD menus. I think it's a very well made DVD that actually had some thought and care put into it, unlike the physical media of today. Anyways, all that is great and all, but let's now check out the main thing, the episodes from season 1 of the new Scooby-Doo movies from 1972. And well, Batman didn't have any Hanna-Barbera properties at this time, much like the Addams Family, so this Batman was heavily based off of Adam West's Batman that started in 1966, with many references to that show, with calling everything the Bat Lank, like Bat Cookies and Milk. And the voice actors who played Batman and Robin and their foes are the same actors from the Batman and Superman hour that was airing at the time, with Casey Kasem voicing Robin, and well, he's also Shaggy, which is cool to see. With all that said, let's check off the first and my favorite of the 2, the dynamic Scooby-Doo affair.
Today, Scooby-Doo meets Batman and Robin.
Our episode begins without the new Scooby-Doo movie's intro. Yeah, for some reason, the DVD/VHS doesn't show the intro of the new Scooby-Doo movies, but at the end of each episode, it does. Makes absolutely no sense. We see the gang who are on their way to a mystery club convention at night when their car breaks down, and when they go out to see what happened, they notice a plane flying around and landing near them, which leads the gang to investigate what's going on in this random neck of the woods, and they see two strange men bringing a package to a creepy house. Once the gang sneak inside, they find the crate that was dropped off, but just then they hear a noise, so the gang go hide, but who else but Batman and Robin show up, and the gang are thrilled to see them, and the superheroes explain how they got there, but right after we meet the owner of this spooky house, Mrs. Baker, who has no idea what the box is doing inside. And when Batman opens it, we see a punch clown inside, and after Scooby messes with it a bunch, we see that inside of that was packs of fake money, which means that there's a counterfeit operation going on. And so the gang and Batman go search around the outside for tracks, and with Mrs. Baker's help, the gang head over to the car junkyard. And well, crazy stuff happens when Fred and Robin get in a fight with a hooded figure running around and trying to kill Shaggy and Scooby, but luckily Batman and Robin save the day. After that, the gang return to the creepy house just for it to be gone.
Holy Houdini. How can a whole house disappear like that?
After thinking they're going crazy, Velma points out that the Batmobile is gone too. So with that, the gang go to the Batcave to track down where it went. And well, since the Batcave is secret, the gang have to be blindfolded.
No, Scooby, we are not the dynamic trio.
Once there, after some really fun transitions, they track the Batmobile to none other than the Batman and Robin exhibit inside the Gotham City amusement park, which also means that the gang are in or near Gotham City in this episode. And so they leave to go catch the crooks behind all this. Once there, they find the Batmobile right next to the exhibit. But when Shaggy and Scooby have a little fun in the car, they see none other than the Joker and Penguin inside the haunted house. Inside the haunted funhouse. So after seeing that, everyone thinks that these evil foes are behind all this. So Batman and Robin go inside the haunted house to go get them. And when we cut over, it seems like the Joker and Penguin are behind this as they're stuffing the punch clown with money and watching Batman and Robin enter, only to be trapped by the Joker in a pit that has no escape. And man, this whole segment inside the haunted house scared me a bunch as a kid, even though we see it's just Joker and Penguin controlling everything in the room, but the trap that they have Batman and Robin in was definitely frightening to say the least.
No, Robin. The walls and ceiling are absolutely smooth. There's nothing for our bat hooks to grab onto.
And so the gang go inside to try to find Batman, and after a lot of gags...
How come you get the Scooby snacks and I wind up in this spook shack?
by our bad guys, who, after failing to scare the gang, they put on their own skeleton disguises, which somehow does the trick, but it leads the gang to find Batman and Robin, as Scooby saves them while capturing the bony foes in the same pit.
The Clown Prince of Crime is now the Crown Prince of Climb.
The Joker explains how they were just passing the money around, but they didn't actually print it, and how those punch clowns just showed up at their door every week or so. And when Fred asks if they know anything about a disappearing house or a Mrs. Baker, this is what the Joker says.
I know who Mrs. Baker is. That creature's mother. Bow wow, arf arf, ha ha!
For some reason, I thought this was the craziest twist ever. The Joker and the Penguin get hauled off by the detectives to serve a lot of time, but as we'll see in the next one, they'll be back. And everyone is pretty surprised that the real villains behind the operation are still on the loose. And so we head back to the disappearing house to see what's really going on. When the gang arrive, the house is back, and it looks like someone is home. film, so everyone except Shaggy and Scooby sneak in to catch whoever's in there. But because of Shaggy messing with Mother Nature's goof with a tree, we see the house flip over into the ground, which explains why everything was nailed to the floor inside. And Batman and Robin escape out the house to investigate, but the king aren't so lucky.
Jeepers! I've heard of revolving doors, but a revolving house?
Shaggy and Scooby go inside and out to go tell the gang about what they found, but during all that, we see the hooded figure run away to an underground toy factory thing. And fun fact, a scene was cut from this part of the episode, and like many cut scenes from the new Scooby-Doo movies, it was recently found, and well, it doesn't add much to the episode. It's a pretty cool thing that most of you probably don't know about.
Come on, Scoob, like quit fooling around.
This is where the episode goes absolutely loony, with toys attacking everyone, running around, and Shaggy turning into an elephant, with the hooded person trolling everyone by running around and messing with them every chance they get. But with a smart trick trap, they catch this purple masked man, and they leave the area for our unmasking. It's revealed that Mrs. Baker was behind the counterfeit money smuggling operation, as she got the money from overseas and gave it to the Joker and Penguin to distribute across the United States. Pretty crazy this sweet old lady was capable of all that. And our episode ends with Scooby enjoying some bat snacks, which don't look so good. The dynamic Scooby-Doo affair is a crazy episode, but for the standards of the new Scooby-Doo movies, it's pretty dang good. It feels like regular Scooby-Doo with a classic Batman antics. It's a fun time, but of course it drags a bunch, and the animation takes a dive with many strange mistakes like Batman's ring and Velma's white glasses on top of Shaggy and Fred using catchphrases for Velma and Daphne respectively. Very interesting stuff. On top of the cut scenes that finally see the light of day, I really enjoyed this episode, but nostalgia aside, it's okay. Nothing crazy, it's definitely better than our next one, but it's fun for what it is. With that said, let's check out our next episode featuring Batman, Robin, the Joker, and Penguin in the Caped Crusader Caper.
Today, Scooby-Doo meets Batman and Robin.
Our episode begins with the Scooby Gang out camping when Shaggy and Scooby have to go collect some more firewood. And while they get a bit scared, they hear and see the Joker and Penguin with a strange man leading him to a hidden cave area thing to have a business meeting, which basically means that they're holding him hostage. But while that happens, Shaggy and Scooby get trapped by Batman and Robin, who were trying to get the Joker because of the disappearance of Dr. Flaky, which is the guy who was with the Joker and Penguin. Batman and Robin tell the gang to find the cave while they fly over to keep watch with the Batcopter. But while they search, kooky things happen when a tree spirit and a troll attack them while messing with the gang to have them not get to that cave. Turns out the Joker and Penguin are behind it, as Batman suspects, but Shaggy and Scooby are missing somehow. But luckily they find the boys after more interactions with the Joker and Penguin in their new costumes. And then they all enter the spooky cave to find and save Professor Flaky, who we learn has a flying machine that the Joker and Penguin want for whatever reason. And when the gang stumble into a secret wall, they find many spooky things like a water monster, a goofy ghost, and a giant bat, all controlled by the Joker and Penguin, who make a quick exit after the professor tells them where the flying suit is located. And throughout this interrogation with the professor, he always messes up his lines, like saying stuff completely the wrong way. And he still doesn't stop, like when the gang find him.
I'm Professor Flaky. Say, your friend's gonna catch a cold sleeping in the water.
And all these gags with the Joker and Penguin are very similar to the last episode, with them controlling all these gags and scares in a very similar way. And speaking of scares, the costumes that our foes were wearing appearing in this episode are reanimated in the Batman Brave and the Bold crossover with the gang, which is cool to see. And they are very unique outfits, being based off of tree spirits and trolls. Anyways, Batman and his pants and the Scooby Gang and of course Mr. Flaky all go to the Gotham Rubber Company to get there before the Joker and Penguin, who of course steal the Batcopter, but they are going to a different location because Professor Flaky gave them the fake location of the flying suit. And so everyone hops in the Mystery Machine and the Batmobile to get the bad guys, with Batman and Robin going to where the Joker and Penguin are going to try to get them, and the gang going to the Gotham Rubber Company to keep watch. When they arrive, we see giant balloons of Batman and Robin, Fred Flintstone, Yogi Bear, and Santa Claus. This is so strange, and I don't know why they're here at a rubber company. And does this mean Hanna-Barbera cartoons are canon in this Hanna-Barbera cartoon? I don't know, but as the gang keep watch for the Joker and the Penguin, we get some classic Scooby-Doo memes like right here.
You mean like you'd rather do it the other way around? What? Okay, I'll hide, you warn Fred.
I'll let you guess these. And yes, these two Scooby-Doo and Batman episodes birthed a ton of great Scooby-Doo memes, which I'm guessing is because of how many people had these DVDs growing up and how funny some of these scenes were. It's great stuff. Just when the rest of the gang are talking with the professor, the Joker and Penguin show up, so everyone hides. And Fred, of all people, makes a trap out of himself to mess them up from getting the flying suit.
Do they think a rolling tire can upset us?
Which stalls for time for us watching and for the dynamic duo. But it doesn't matter because Scooby, of all people, gets the flying suit and flies around with everyone trying to get him down. And all this crazy mishap leads to the capture of Joker and Penguin in the Batman balloon. And in the end, the Joker and Penguin argue about who's dumber for this idea. And Scooby flies in the sky to end our insanely strange episode. The Caped Crusader caper is something. It's more grounded than the last one, where we're kind of staying in the same location for most of it, but it's not a simple premise at all. We have the Joker and Penguin, but there's really no villain again. There's no creepy monster or evil thing happening like other episodes. It's just the Joker and Penguin doing some shenanigans for 2 episodes, but this one is more unique with some more different disguises, but it just feels a lot like the first episode, just with a different font. And throughout the episode, something cool that a lot of people notice is that music from fellow Hanna-Barbera shows like The Impossibles and Dastardly and Muttley and their flying machines can be heard in this one, which Hanna-Barbera did do on many different Scooby episodes, but it's very hard to notice. And on top of all that, this was the last official animated appearances of Batman, Robin, Joker, and Penguin in this form. But they do, however, appear in the segments of Batman the Brave and the Bold episode, Batmite Presents Batman's Strangest Cases, which was a homage to the team-ups that occurred in these 2 episodes, which I already discussed. Other than that, this episode is fine. It's really, I think it's worse than the first one, but they're both just okay. But if you grew up watching them like I did, there's something special to them. Anyway, Scooby fans and cartoon fans, what do you guys think about these episodes and the DVD and VHS? Did you have it growing up? What did you think about these episodes? Let me know everything down in the comments below. Thank you for watching today's video. Consider subscribing to join this cartoon community, and that's all. See ya.
I just thought that was me.
What? You thought the balloon was you?
Yeah. I mean, it looks just like me.
Yeah, we see it.
Yeah, man.
I think I'm done.
Well, with the episode?
Oh, no, with all of this.
What?
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done being Batman. I quit.